Santiago of MMA Islands. Today we're here with Boston's own featherweight contender. We have on Chef Charles Rosa. Chef Rosa, how's it going today?
Great, man. Feeling good. Can't wait. Fighting July 23rd, UFC London. So, just finished up a hard week of training. One of my last really hard weeks. I got one more week of full camp, and then I go to London. So, finally all the hard work's in now. We're just fine tuning and polishing everything up and get ready for the big day.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. Can't wait for that. Before we get into your next fight, what have you been cooking up in the kitchen lately?
Oh, for sure, man. I just actually right now, pretty much starting today, I go pretty much on a fish diet. So I just eat mostly fresh fish, like from Florida, swordfish, a lot of swordfish scallops, snapper, things like that, and a lot of vegetables, and mostly cut out a lot of carbs. So, but yeah, man, that's one thing I take a lot of pride in. Before I was a fighter, I went to Johnson & Wales University, one of the top culinary schools in the country. And, that was my passion before fighting. I wanted to be a chef, and, I did that for a while, but, I found my calling as a fighter. So, I'm happy really doing, first, my first passion was cooking and, stuff like that. But then it kind of switched around. Then, fighting became my hobby and thing I did for fun. But now I get to do what I did for fun, as my job. So that's really the dream come true for me, to be able to fight, make money off of it and earn a living. And then, still cooking is one of my other passions. So it doesn't exactly go hand in weight, but it doesn't exactly go, sorry, someone called me. It doesn't exactly go hand in hand with the weight cuts, but it is what it is. I'm able to make my food taste a little bit better in training camp and add some things to it that make my food more enjoyable and more pleasant,
Mm-hmm. Have you? I know you've been busy with fight camp and everything, but have you been keeping up with posting cooking videos to your YouTube channel? How's that going?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's so hard to do all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm just focused on becoming world champion in the UFC. It's a task of its own. So every day you go to the gym, you wake up, you train, you try to get, at least a picture from training or a video or something, or the techniques. And then I go home and I cook myself a meal, and occasionally I'll be able to, but it's just, that's something I can look forward to in the future one day. The cool thing about fighting is, about cooking also, is it's something you could do forever. You could be cooking when you're 90 years old and still be a chef. I wouldn't, still want to maybe be fighting when I'm 90 years old, as I might be. But I mean, also like my uncle Tom the Bomb Rosa, he's in his 50s and he's still fighting. He's still winning Masters world titles in boxing. So, I still see myself competing when I'm older. But I think cooking is definitely another good hobby to have It's a little bit safer, so that's good.
Awesome. I know you had your eyes on fighting on the UFC Dallas card at 277, but what was your reaction to getting the call to fight over there across the pond in London?
Yeah, man, I'm just happy to be fighting back in front of fans. This is what it is for me. The good energy from the fans, and actually whether it's good or bad energy, either way, it's energy, and I feed off of it. And if you watch any of my fights where I fight in front of a crowd, they've all been barn burners. If they're not UFC wins or finishes, they're fight of the night bonuses. I fought Dennis Seaver in Stockholm, Sweden in my UFC debut, got fight of the night. I went to New York, and another frozen crowd fought Shane Burgos, got fight of the night. And then Mexico City, split decision fight to Yair Rodriguez was also fight of the night. So, and then all my wins, 3 wins in Boston, most all-time wins out of anybody in Boston is me, above Conor McGregor. So these are things I take a lot of pride in, and these are all sold out arenas. So, some of the ones across the pond, when I have to fight, they start off booing me and, trying to pour beers on me when I'm walking out. But by the game, so that's what I expect to happen in London, and I expect to put on a good performance and a good show and get back to the fans. My last 6 fights were in the UFC Apex, and it just doesn't feel the same. I mean, I'm an energy fighter. I'm a scrambler. I'm always going to war every time I fight. So I expect the eyes tuned in, and I expect the energy to be in the room when I fight, and I'm happy it's back.
Mm-hmm. Is this going to be your first time in England?
Yes, I've never been to England. I've traveled the world. I've went to Thailand, Bali, Italy, mostly a lot of places in Europe. But Cambodia. I've been I fought in Tokyo, Japan. I've been all over the place, even been to Sweden. But this is my first time going to London, so this is also, it's kind of like a 2-for-1. I get to do my two favorite things, fighting and travel, and I get to do both those things July 23rd.
Mm-hmm. Let's say you get the win here. Do you think the UFC owes you a UFC Boston card later this year?
Oh, no doubt, man. That. I try not to project too much, but 100% that's the way I see things going. A lot of my career is, I mean, I really want to put together these 2 wins, and once I get this win in London, I can move forward, hopefully get on a Boston card, get a big win there, continue my winning streak of most all-time wins, and then hopefully be starting to look at 5-round fights and main event fights, because I really feel like the UFC is yet to see the best of me. I mean, I feel like they've definitely seen, like, everyone's like, oh man, he's tough, he's exciting, but there's a couple things that I still feel like a little bit of luck involved, a couple split decisions that didn't go my way, and things that just like a game of inches, that if a little bit of luck on my side or things happen a little bit differently, it could have made a big difference in my career. But like I said, there's no excuses now. I'm pushing forward, going to get this big win in London, and hopefully get back in Boston in front of my fans, because obviously I'm fighting Nathaniel Wood, and he's a London boy, and it's going to be pretty much in his backyard. So, I mean, I'm excited to go there and take the throne from London and bring it back to America.
Mm-hmm. And when you look at Nathaniel Wood, a very good opponent, he's moving up from 35 to 45. What do you make of him as an opponent, like of his style compared to yours?
Man, I think he's a tough kid. He comes from a good team. I trained with his coach Brad Pickett for years, and a bunch of his teammates, Mark DeCasey, Ashley Grimshaw, Robert Whitefer. These are all guys I put in years in the gym and American Top Team with, and especially Brad Pickett, who's one of my favorite training partners. We'd always, show each other, bring stuff back and forth. But I think his coach knows he's in for a real fight. I'm sure he's told him that, and I think that as far as what Nathaniel Wood brings, I mean, he's the only one I don't know. So as much as I respect his team and his coaches, I mean, he has to earn my respect, and he has to do that July 23rd in London. He hasn't gained any of my respect yet. Like I said, I respect his team, his coaches, and, respect the fact that he's a UFC fighter. So he must have worked pretty hard to get there, but he has to prove to me. So we get to do that July 23rd, see if he can earn my respect, and I'm going to bring it to him. And I think he knows that. His coaches know that. So I'm excited to bring a show. What I see from Nathaniel Wood is he's coming up weight class in 135. He's coming off of a loss. I think his chin is a little suspect. He got knocked out by John Dodson. He's pretty much a 25. I know John Dodson has decent power, but he has a couple knockout losses. So his chin, when you hit him right on the spot in the chin, he goes down. And I mean that's something that's never happened to me. So we're gonna see what he brings.
Mm-hmm. You're shipping off to London, but are you still going to be walking out to shipping off to Boston for your walkout?
Yeah,
song?
I think I got a couple of songs that I'm trying to figure out what to do. So I haven't made that decision yet. So I'm gonna have to make a kind of game time decision when they ask me. But I definitely like that one. It's a good, always gets me pumped up. I got that. I got Red Nation. I was thinking of a couple other ones, like maybe like a London-based song, but
Sweet Caroline.
I mean, I might have to do like a fan. What do you think? Which one do you like?
I mean, like when you're at UFC London, I think everybody loves Sweet Caroline, or maybe even Zombie. I know they love Zombie over there by the Cranberries.
Yeah, stuff like that, or even like the Rolling Stones or something like that. Like, so there's a couple songs I got that I'm gonna look at, and I'm just, like I said, once I'm just gonna go with my instincts. So there will be a lot of fans there, so I do like take that in consideration. I mean, that's kind of why, like, when I fought in Boston, I walked out to shipping up to Boston, because like there's such a big Irish base, and Dropkick Murphys are from Boston, and that's one of the big reasons I walked out to that. Definitely gets me pumped up. So it's going to be awesome to be able to have that walkout again with the crowd. I'm really looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. What kind of music have you been listening to in training camp to motivate you for this fight?
Man, I listen to all. I mean, I got a playlist. I like everything. I listen to a lot of like Big L and like Tupac, Biggie. Like that's like kind of like my flow. And then sometimes I get a little bit, like I said, I'll put a little bit of like rock on, like whatever, like stuff like that. And then I have like my bike ride music when I want to relax, like Sublime and like Red Hot Chili Peppers, like kind of like just relaxing music. So it's really depending on the mood, what I'm trying to accomplish. Like if I'm, on the way to the gym, getting pumped up or whatever, I might put some DMX on. So
Oh,
it
nice.
changes. But I mean, I like all type of music. So it really depends on the situation and what's going on through the day. But I definitely use music a lot for my training camps.
Mhm. And speaking of your training camp, I believe you went to Sanford, or should I say Kill Cliff, over there, in Florida. How's it been like training with that fight camp?
Oh man, it's awesome. I mean, you really can't deny the results. You look at the coaches: Henry Hooft, Dutch kickboxing legend; Greg Jones, multiple time, 3-time national champion wrestler. You look to the left, you see Kamaru Usman. Look to the right, Logan Story, the Bellator champion, UFC champion. And you look at all these guys. I mean, from all the way from the top guys that are top in the world to champions, all the way to guys like Aaron Armfield, who just got signed to the UFC on short notice, who's actually fighting tonight, to guys like Scrappy, my like basically my little brother, fighting, for a world title in Shamrock FC. So you get all different types of levels, and there's no denying like the results. So I mean, it's really an honor to be able to train there, get the work in, get the hard work in the mornings, and then I get to go over an American Combat Gym in the afternoon usually and get my technical work in with my coaches and my team in American Combat Gym. My little brother's there, Lucas, the King of Monsters, Rosa. He's an up and coming prospect, undefeated. He's 12-0 now as an
Oh,
amateur.
wow.
So you're going to see him in the future for sure. Hopefully one day my goal is to get on the UFC card with him. Hopefully in 2 or 3 years, and I'll still be in the UFC and he can be making his debut. So we're going to see how long it takes for him to get there, but he's building and he's getting better every day. So happy to be part of his journey too.
If they have both of you on the card, it has to be in Boston. Like no
Yeah,
denying that, right?
no doubt, man. That like I said, that's the goal. So it's going to start July 23rd in London. And then also he's going to, he's back in training. He fights literally he fights once a month because he's an amateur. So he takes what's coming. He was just the main event at the Hard Rock Casino down here, I was like, man, how's he make Hard Rock Casino? And I'm fighting at the Apex. I'm like, it's great. Yeah. We level up now and go back to the O2 Arena in London with the fans. So
hmm There's been some big things happening in the featherweight division with Volkanovski defending his throne against Max Holloway. Did you catch the action, and what did you think of it?
oh man, that was a really good showing by Volkanovski. I mean, it's everybody knows how tough Max Holloway is, and everybody kind of he's nails, and to go out there and put a performance on like that. Like you look what Max Holloway did to Calvin Kattar, and then you look what Volkanovski just did to Max Holloway. It almost looks like there's big level jumps, and it's pretty amazing to see. I mean, I think that's the beauty of fighting is stylistic matchups and any given day, and even the Rocky thing. Like anybody can beat anybody. There's a reason they fight these fights. You can make these odds. You can say whatever you want, but at the end of the day, man, there's two people getting in the cage, and there's one man coming out victorious. So this is the beauty of the sport is on any given day that somebody can come out victorious because I mean this is fight to the pretty much I look at it, it's like a fight to the death, So I thought Volkanovski did a really impressive performance.
Volkanovski has been on fire lately. Do you think there's anybody at the top of 145 that can take the fight to him and beat him at the moment?
Man, I would I would love that fight one day, but I got a lot of work to do. But there's no doubt. I think right now, I think Bryce Mitchell could give him a run for his money. I mean, I had a good feel for Bryce Mitchell when I fought him, and I felt like his wrestling is at level, and he's starting to use that karate type style where he works his distance. So I feel like that would be the kryptonite for someone like Volkanovski, somebody with a Yair Rodriguez style. I wouldn't say Yair's style is could definitely negate. I think Volkanovski's stand up for sure. I think Yair wins a stand up battle every time they fight, but he doesn't. I don't know if he has the wrestling to negate. So if Bryce Mitchell can build on his karate style and his distance style that you see him sometimes use in the fights, I think that could be a potential really good matchup.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. I think that's all the questions I have for you, Charles. I just want to thank you again for the time. Is there anything that you want to say to the fans out there watching? Like, where can they find you on social media?
Yeah, guys, everybody, you guys can find me, Charles Rosa MMA. I got Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everything. So, always cooking up new recipes. Got my, Chef Rosa skills for fight camps. I'm always putting up cool videos. So, you can learn how to fight and you can learn how to cook and just, stay updated for my upcoming training camp for July 23rd. So everybody check that out. Follow me on the social media. And I just, want to give a shout out to everybody that's been helping keep my body healthy for the training camp. Jared Hoffman, Tony Wilcox, Acupuncture Zen, and all my sponsors and all the people that have supported me in my career. Like, it really helps a lot to have, even Marshall Roganinu who's donated, thousands of dollars to myself and the fighters, helping, be able to, because everybody thinks like, oh, all this UFC fighters are millionaires, but it's not really true, man. We're still grinding, still earning our paychecks every single day. So, I have to get my flights out to England. So everybody that supported me, I really appreciate you, and definitely tune in July 23rd and watch me whoop on Nathaniel Wood.